Starting today's show. Now, we normally do chart report. We're not going to do chart report today for the reasons that I explained. But what we are going to do is take a look at Billboard's top 10 songs, rap songs of 2025. And so this is actually really dope. I appreciate what they've done here with this list. Now, just to make sure everybody's all in agreement on the wallpaper and how Billboard does things. Billboard, when they put out a list, it's not an opinion list. It's a list of, it's basically just who charted the best, right? And so this does give a solid explanation on what happened in 2025 from a charting standpoint, right? And so here is Billboard's top 10 rap songs of 2025. All right, so let's go through the article. Kendrick Lamar and SZA prove this world is theirs, a top year-end rap songs chart. Countdown to Billboard's 2025 year-end charts, which are on the way. Ahead of the full reveal on December 9, after the Billboard 2025 number ones live stream hosted by Docei, check out the Hot Rap Songs Top 10. We're counting down the days to the unveiling of Billboard's 2025 year-end charts on Tuesday, December 9th, with a special look at select rankings in the lead up to the big reveal. And today, December 2nd, we have the top 10 of the 25 Hot Rap Songs chart. On December 9, hundreds of year-end charts will be posted on Billboard's website. Hundreds of year-end charts. Okay, that's a lot. One second applause to hundreds. Hundreds of posted to Billboard's website following the conclusion of Billboard's 2025 number ones live stream hosted by Docei, which will broadcast on the Billboard News YouTube channel and Billboard TV on Samsung TV Plus starting at 9 a.m. Pacific time. As special surprise guests stop by to celebrate the year's chart toppers. Below, we're dropping the top 10 of the 25 Hot Rap Songs chart, led by Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Luther. The track debuted at number 3 on the weekly edition of Hot Rap Songs dated December 7, 2024, rose to number 1 on the December 22nd, 2024 chart, and then never left the ranking during the rest of 2025 chart year, October 26, 2024 through October 18, 2025 dated charts. During that span, it never ranked lower than number 3, and that only happened in its debut week. 1 second applause. Now, we talked about this quite a bit throughout the year. Again, we do chart report here weekly on this channel. And for, I think it was 13 weeks, maybe 14 weeks, Luther was number 1. Number 1 song of the year for 14 weeks. 1 second applause. I was happy to see that for a number of different reasons. I know there's a lot of debate about whether Luther counts as a rap song or an R&B song. Whatever it is an amazing song. It is an amazing song. And truthfully, in a lot of ways, I feel like it was underrepresented as the song of the summer. Now, Billboard also puts out a song of the summer at the end of the summer, and that too, as well, is just based off of what charted the best. And for that song to have come out in December 2024 and was still in the top 4, it was still in the top 4 songs of Billboard Song of the Summer's list. It was over there with Golden. It was over there with, that's not Espresso. What's the new Sabrina Carpenter song? The new, I can't think, it's not Man's Best Friend, whatever it is. The new Sabrina Carpenter song and Alex Warren's Ordinary. And then Luther was right behind it. like freaking 9 months previously. 1 second applause. So that was really great to see. Just the success rolled in on that song. It's a beautiful song, beautiful video. I just love it. I love everything about it. And so 2025 year-end Hot Rap Songs chart. Number 10, Docei, Denial is a River. Peak position number 4. Peak date February 15th, 2025. Okay, so you have no captions around it. But big shout out to Docei. Denial is a River coming in at number 10. 1 second applause. TDE representing. I was actually really shocked when this song hit number 4, right? And again, I think that Denial is a River and this project overall, if you listen to the project when it first dropped, I'm not sure if the average person listened to this and said, yo, this is a Billboard chart success. I'm not sure if you can listen to this project when it first dropped and say, yo, this is going to secure Docei Best New Artist at the Grammy, an award that's only been won 3 times, I believe. Only 3 women have won that award, right? It was Lauryn Hill, women in rap have won that award. Lauryn Hill, Cardi B, and then Docei, right? And it's the testament to me of what happens when you really work a project. They had an incredible campaign at the end of last year. They released Denial is a River sort of in a 1990s sitcom kind of spoof, which did incredibly well on social media. And not so surprisingly, it ended up being number 4, peaking at number 4, on the Billboard charts. Now, and that date was February 15, 2025, which is, again, right after the Grammys last year. So big shout out to Docei. 1 second applause. All right, number 9, Kendrick Lamar featuring AZ Chike. What are they doing right here? What is this? Who is As Cheeky? Now, they called me out last year because I didn't realize AZ Chike was pronounced AZ Chike. I thought he was Nigerian. So I was calling him As Chike, right? Because he performed at the Pop Out. And in my video doing a reaction to the Pop Out, I shouted him out, wasn't familiar, called him As Chike. Okay. I'm looking at Kendrick Lamar featuring As Cheeky. I'm 99.9% sure this is a misspelling unless AZ Chike has changed his name. But this has been up all day, so.
Tomato.
Come on now, Billboard. Come on now, Bill. We got to get this right. My man's in Gatorade commercials. He is poised to have an incredible 2026. We cannot be calling him As Cheeky. It's AZ Chike. But this song was an incredible song. I think it was a bit of a sleeper hit song from the project as well. Big shout out to the good homies over at Thought Crimes. They released an incredible peekaboo theory. That added to the lore behind GNX, added to the lore of the Shakespearean Shakedown that we experienced with Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar did to Drake in 2024. And the song itself was a big hit. It peaked at number 6 on February 22nd, 2025, also after the Grammys as well. So 1 second applause there. AZ Cheeky, As Cheeky. They got to figure that out. That's ugly. All right, number 8, Glorilla and Sexy Red. What You Know About Me. Glorilla had a monster 2024. Now she's up for a Grammy in 2025 and 2024 actually. But she's also up for a Grammy this year for her project as well. Peak position number 2, peak date November 30th, 2024. There's so many things I'm going to say about Glorilla. One, I always really appreciated how Glorilla just seemed like the all-American girl. You know, she would say stuff like, don't give a F about a credit score. I might be rich tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That is so American. That's the most American thing that I've heard in recent years. Don't give a F about a credit score. I might be rich tomorrow. I know people who live like that. I know people whose investment strategy is lottery tickets. You know what I'm saying? 1 second applause. And also,
tomato.
And so this is a big sign of the year that she's had as well. Big shout out to Glorilla. 1 second applause. Number 7, Tyler, the Creator featuring Glorilla, Sexy Red, and Lil Wayne. Sticky. Things ain't getting sticky. Love this song too. Peak position number 1, peak date November 16th, 2024. Tyler, Creator had an incredible 12 months as well. He's also up for Album of the Year at the Grammys this year. He's also up for Best Rap Album this year as well. Well deserved. You can see the collaboration that's sort of driving the success of a lot of these songs. This song has Glorilla and Sexy Red on it. Glorilla and Sexy Red put out What You Know About Me. You start seeing this with Clips and Tyler, the Creator. You start seeing this with Clips and Jid. And so collaboration is always a big part of hip hop. It's competitive, but it's also collaborative as well. I love this one because this one got Tyler, the Creator into marching band season. I never really thought I was going to be hearing Tyler, the Creator during the 5th quarter in HBCU football games. Love this track too. 1 second applause. Number 6, Big X the Plug, Bailey Zimmerman All the Way. Peak position number 1, peak date September 6, 2025. This actually reached number 4 overall on the Billboard charts, on the Billboard Hot 100. Number 4, which was kind of crazy, right? For Big X the Plug at that point in time. Bailey Zimmerman's a relatively new country artist. This is a project that made major waves this year in 2025. And so the project's called I Hope You're Happy. It's Big X the Plug's country album. He collaborates with a number of country artists, even though he's rapping on all the tracks. And so I was actually really excited for this project. When I heard it was coming, I was excited when it came out. And I was excited all the way up until maybe a couple of weeks ago when this clip from Big X the Plug talking about how he needed to leave rap to become the biggest artist, which is
tomato.
Because it's not true. But more than anything else in that conversation, I think the real story of that conversation is Big X the Plug describing how much time he had to spend in Nashville actually working on his music. He was talking about how to make this project, it took him 18 months. while he's used to spending 6 months on a rap album. And so he's going in there, he's seeing Post Malone spend 30 minutes on getting one flow right. And it made him feel like we're wasting time. And he's going back to rap because he doesn't want to spend this much time making music, putting his albums together and putting them out. And I thought that was the bigger story, is that look at what they're doing in Nashville. While we're over here talking about hip hop not having a presence in the top 40, hip hop is not in the top 40 this week, for example, on the Billboard Hot 100. But we're talking about hip hop not having, being in the top 40. We're talking about how it seems as though rap isn't making the same impact as it used to. Well, we have a whole bunch of rappers that feel like they can make songs really fast and they just put them out. One of the big stories of 2025, again, was the return of the rollout. You know, obviously Clips set the standard, I think, this year when it comes to the rollout. But you can also look at Ray Vaughn had a crazy rollout. You have Cardi B had a crazy rollout. I'm not mad at Jid's rollout by any means. I really like what Chance the Rapper's done after the rollout, pushing the project even farther, right? And so all of these things are sort of a return to normalcy in hip hop, because one of the things that when Big X the Plug is describing what his experience was like in Nashville, that sounds like every artist from the Dr. Dre family tree. That sounds like Eminem albums. That sounds like Kendrick Lamar albums. That sounds like what a number of goats and gods in our space used to do. And somewhere along the lines, we got addicted to surprise drops and one takes and just putting out quick, fast music and wondering where the market went. Well, it's kind of tough to do that when, you know, you're making regional sounds. Nothing wrong with regional sounds. I don't want to give that wrong impression. But when you're making, you know, really quick, fast music and you're putting it out without thought or preparation, and you don't necessarily have the skill set to be able to carry that message forward, right? And I think that's what I took from that conversation that Big X the Plug had. And so we'll see what his return to rap looks like in 2026 or whenever he decides to come back. But this, without a doubt, was one of the biggest songs in the space this year. It basically carried hip hop in the top 40 outside of Nokia, Luther, outside of Kendrick Lamar. And so to see him be able to have success in the country space, to me, is a great sign. Because at the same time, with this conversation about rap not being in the top 40, sure, maybe rap as a genre wasn't in the top 40, but hip hop's presence is all over it. Not only in the R&B that is sitting in the top 40 consistently, including now, there's like 6 songs in the top 40 that are in the R&B space, but all over country. Country is over there using rap cadences and flows. Country is using rap type topics more than they used to. You know, they've taken a lot of things from hip hop and they're using that to get younger within the country space. They're using how hip hop is always innovative when it comes to social media, when it comes to streaming, you know, when it comes to how they share the music with the masses. And as a result, country is getting a lot younger. I have a feature story in Marvin Magazine that'll be coming out in a couple of weeks that really examines that. So I'll be sure to share that with you guys. Big shout out to Big X the Plug and Bailey Zimmerman. 1 second applause. Number 5, Drake, Nokia, peak position number 2, peak date April 5th, 2025. My favorite song off of Some Sexy Songs for You. My favorite song from Some Sexy Songs for You. I called this out the day it dropped. The day it dropped, I was like, I like the Nokia song. That's the one I like. The other 20 songs,
Tomato.
To me, I don't need them. But this song actually felt refreshing. It felt fun. It felt like something you would hear at a roller skating rink. This was actually a conversation starter to me. It felt like Drake when he's not trolling or when he's not picking fights, you know what I mean? It felt like a fun Drake experience all the way until the video dropped. When the video dropped, and it's in black and white, which is a travesty because this is such a colorful song. They're replaying Carnival in Toronto in black and white, one of the most colorful festivals there is on the planet, whether it's in Toronto or Caribana, in Toronto, or Carnival in the Caribbean. They somehow turned that black and white. And then you start looking at the video and you realize he's trolling the Not Like Us video. And to me, that was a wasted moment, a major wasted moment. And they shot it in IMAX. Like, why would you shoot an IMAX video in black and white?
Tomato.
That doesn't even make sense to me, right? But I think this is the best song that Drake has put out since the battle. And I think that, to me, this feels like Drake is one of the few times over the past year and a half that Drake has lived in a space that was separate from the great Shakespearean shakedown of 2024. And I think for him to return to form, it will be necessary for him to lean into other things that are happening in his life. I heard another song clip of a song that was in Iceman episode 3. Ain't sound like that was it to me. Ain't sound like that was it to me. Also, he looks like he aged quite a bit in the past 18 months. I can imagine so. I'm sure it's stressful. But this is one of my favorite Drake songs that I've heard in the past few years, to be honest. As you guys know, I think Drake has peaked since, I think his peak has been back at the first half of Scorpion. Like the first half of Scorpion to me is fire. And then everything else has been like, and then Nokia, boop, and then it's, where we are now. But this was definitely one of the biggest songs of the year. Big shout out to Drake and Nokia. 1 second plus. Number 4, Squabble Up. Squabble Up, peak position number 1, peak date December 7th, 2024. I believe this was the first song on the project to debut, to go number 1. This was the song that was also teased at the beginning of, oh no, was that, am I thinking about this wrong? How do we hear this? No, it was the other way around. How did that go? I can't remember. But this also was a big conversation starter. There it is. It was teased at the beginning of the Not Like Us video. There we go. Thank you, Justin. 1 second applause. Teased at the beginning of the Not Like Us video, and then we actually finally got the track when we heard GNX, the album. I mean, this still goes up. The kids love this song. You know what I mean? And I think that this really set the stage for just the dominance that GNX has had. I mean, if you want to have a conversation culturally, what's happening in hip hop from an album standpoint, I think that there really is a discussion to have between GNX and Clips' Let God Sort 'Em Out. But if we're having a conversation about impact, particularly cross-cultural impact, I mean, it's one album driving in a lane by itself at whatever speed it chooses to, and that album is GNX. And Squabble Up is just another crazy, crazy songs off that project. Debuted at number 1. The funniest thing about this is when the video dropped was that so many people were complimenting this video. The Roots were complimenting it. Isaac Hayes III was complimenting it. And I was just looking at that. I'm like, I'm pretty sure y'all are catching subs for what y'all were saying about Kendrick during this battle. Let bygones be bygones. 1 second applause. This is a crazy run we're about to experience right here on this list. Squabble Up, peak position number 1, comes in at number 4. Not Like Us, peak position number 1, comes in at number 3. May 18th, 2024. Most impactful song in the past decade. Most impactful song, arguably this century in hip hop. Arguably this century, right? Not Like Us, if you think about it, has become the new anthem for California, right? It's replaced California Love. Replaced California Love. It is now the anthem for anybody who's winning. Period. It's the anthem for anybody who got haters, right? It's the anthem for any sporting event. It is an anthem at the Olympics. It's an anthem at the Democratic National Convention. And this song came out 18 months ago, something like that, feels like it, and still dominated all year this year to the point where it is number 3 on Billboard's list. 1 second applause. I don't know what more is left to say about this song, but I still really love the verse about Reconstruction era history. And I think that's really the tipping point to me when I think about the greatest diss tracks of all time. I have to really think about that list, but I can't imagine Not Like Us falling anywhere lower than number 2. And right now, I think it's number 1. And for me, it hits that tipping point because it is a catchy ditty that teaches Reconstruction era history and the type of people kids should stay away from. What more is there else to say? 1 second applause. Look at this run we're on. That's peak position was number 1. Kendrick Lamar has 2 number 1s in a row. Number 2, Kendrick Lamar featured Lefty Gunplay, TV Off, peak position, number 1. Number 1. Right, he's killing this list. Right, we are 9 songs on this list, and 5 of them are Kendrick Lamar. 5 of them are Kendrick by himself, and 6, if you include Docei, are from the TDE family tree. Crazy. 1 second applause. TV Off, turn the TV off, turn the TV off. I think that's the last thing we saw with Kendrick Lamar's instant classic Super Bowl performance. This song is another mustard hit. Glass and Malone always talked about how As soon as Kendrick Lamar does a song with DJ Mustard, it's over. It's a wrap. And so we've gotten 2 between Not Like Us and TV Off. And even like just the rhymes on this still hit me whenever I listen to it. You know, he's rapping so freely. You know, he's rapping like he's in what's that anecdote? How'd the anecdote go? No ID had this anecdote. I can't remember the R&B singer he was working with, but he was talking about how when he's working with R&B singers particularly, but when he's working with anyone, he tries to get them to make as many songs as possible within a day. Within a day, he wants these artists to make 5, 10, 15, 20 songs in a day if they can, just to keep going through that process to make as many songs as possible, right? And this always stuck with me. And his whole point in getting the artists to do that is that they could get into that flow state. You know what I mean? Like when you're a ambulance driver and you're racing to get to the scene and you know you got your sirens blaring and you've got to weave in and out traffic, but you're so focused on getting there and save someone's life that you're not thinking about the particulars, but you're still driving safely. Like that flow state, right? He wanted his artists to get to that flow state so that they can start reflexively going through the process of making songs and just coming out with brilliance without getting in your head too much, without trying to overthink things too much. You know what I mean? And so that's what Kendrick's flow always feels like to me on TV Off. Like he is just splitting rhymes and is coming from just his soul after years of achieving his dreams ultimately. And he's stunting something crazy all over Drake on this song. Number 1, TV Off, Kendrick Lamar featuring Lefty Gunplay. 1 second applause. Love this song too. All right. And number 1, as we talked about, Kendrick Lamar and SZA, Luther, peak position number 1. Now look at this. Number one. I'm not sure the last time I saw this. I'm personally not sure the last time I saw this when it comes to like this level of success from a chart standpoint. You guys have an example, let me know. But that is Billboard's top 10 rap songs of 2025. 5 of them are Kendrick, 6 of them are from the TDE family tree. This is incredible to see. 1 second applause to this. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section. Got some more for you. So here is Apple Music's top 5 songs of 2025, rap music songs. So here it is, rap music songs. What is this? Apple Music's most streamed songs worldwide by rappers in 2025. Look at this list. Number 1, Luther, Kendrick Lamar, and SZA. Number 2, Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar. Number 3, Timeless, The Weeknd and Playboi Carti. This song was actually run in the charts too. Timeless, The Weeknd and Playboi Carti, hanging out all year. Both collaborations, truthfully, between The Weeknd and Playboi Carti did really well this year. Number 4, 30 for 30, SZA and Kendrick Lamar. Number 5, TV Off, Kendrick Lamar and Lefty Gunplay. I mean, look at that. What more else is there to say? 1 second applause. Now, Drake is still reportedly the number 1 streamed artist on Apple Music in 2025. And I don't think that's surprising at all. I mean, we have to be sincere and understand the gravity of Drake's back catalog. The gravity of that back catalog is crazy. This doesn't mean that his new music is out here charting as crazy as anything that maybe Kendrick is doing or anything SZA's doing this year. It is the back catalog. And when you have a back catalog as solid as his with a number of features as he does, and truthfully, with just the number of opportunities to do well in the streaming era. I mean, Drake was putting out album after album after album after album. It makes sense to me that Drake would still be the most streamed artist in Apple Music. I don't look at that as like, some sort of industry machination. I look at this as like, well, Drake's got a lot of super fans and he's got some of the biggest songs that we've seen this century. You know what I mean? But when I think about 2025, I'm not going to be thinking about Drake's back catalog. Okay. I'm going to be over here thinking about all these freaking different looks Kendrick Lamar gave us that still hit number 1 at the same time. I mean, this is just straight up domination. Straight up domination. 1 second applause.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom bapping. Systematical culture views that's radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dapping it. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, yes, y'all, you don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening.